Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akyam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. And may the election be for your households. Khan Shalom. So yeah, man, definitely Shalom. Peace and greetings to all the brothers out there who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. Okay, because it's dope, man. All the brothers across the world, are spreading this truth. Okay, we have brothers in Holland, where I'm from. We have brothers in Germany, brothers in Italy, of course, brothers in America. Okay, we have brothers in Suriname. Okay, we have even a brother in Australia, if I'm correct. West Africa, you have brothers. So we have, of course, the brothers in England. So we are spread over the whole earth, and we are spreading this gospel, because then the end shall come, like the scripture says in the book of Matthew chapter 24. So what is happening right now, okay, is rumors of war, and actual war is happening. As you can see, the situation with Iran and the United States right now. So what I came across was, I was scrolling on my phone, and all of a sudden I saw that Yemen had joined this fight with Iran and the United States. Okay. I also saw that Donald Trump was making claims that he gave Iran like a deadline of 48 hours, this, that, and the third. And then now they have a ceasefire for 2 weeks. So Trump says that, he thinks that the Strait of Hormuz will be opened again. So this is gonna have a positive effect on the oil and things like that in Europe, for example, because right now the oil prices and the gas prices are skyrocketing, man. So we're gonna see what happens. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, so you have Iran, okay, fighting against Esau, okay, against Israel, against the United States, and now Yemen is joining the fight also, okay, the Houthis, and like the elder went into this video, okay. Also, Iraq has joined the fight. So, what does the scripture say? The scriptures show us that the Carmanians, like wild boars would come, and the dragons of Arabia. So these Arabians, okay, Yemen, etc., and these Carmanians, which are the people from Iran, okay, the people from Persia, so the people from Iran are gonna fight against Esau. And that is prophecy that we see happening in front of our eyes, man. Now, eventually, even NATO, the EU, will turn their backs toward America, like Revelation chapter 17 and 16 talks about, that the 10 horns shall hate the whore, and they're gonna burn her with fire, man. So even they are gonna cut themselves loose from America and gonna have to, for certain reasons, for example, for safety reasons and for the economy's sake, maybe, gonna have to cut their ties with America, and now basically go along with Russia and with the BRICS nations, So that's what's gonna be happening, like the elder also went into. So what I would like to do is play a few minutes of this video, and then read a few scriptures, and then I think, that's good, because this is news, this is prophecy, and this has to be brought out, okay? So let me play this.
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rekaha, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever, the would-be judges.
Wait.
Isaiah 16 and 4. The four
Go here.
called black people.
A little bit.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So without any further ado, Professor Jiang here. And you can see the name and title of the video at the bottom of the screen. And here we go.
On controlling the Strait of Hormuz, threatening to close it, or simply making it too dangerous to transit. And what you get is a scenario where the global oil supply is hit from multiple directions at the same time. We are already hearing from serious financial analysts that oil at $150 a barrel is possible if this continues. Some are saying $200. Think about what that means for the global economy. Think about what that means for America, an economy propped up by cheap energy and Gulf state investment. When energy is no longer cheap and Gulf states are no longer stable, that entire system comes under enormous stress. And then there is one more dimension to Yemen's role that almost nobody is discussing. Yemen could enter Saudi Arabia from the southwest. Yemen shares a long, porous border with Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, let me be very direct about this, cannot fight. 7 years of war against Yemen proved this conclusively. Despite its enormous wealth, despite its American weapons, despite complete air superiority, Saudi Arabia could not defeat a blockaded, starving country. Its military was humiliated repeatedly. Its cities were hit, its economy was damaged, and now, with Iraqi resistance forces threatening from the north, with Iran threatening from the east across the Persian Gulf, and with Yemen threatening from the south, the entire Arabian Peninsula is in play. Think about this carefully because it gets to the heart of what a multi-front trap means strategically. If America is fighting Iran in the Persian Gulf and Yemen is threatening the Red Sea, and Iraq's resistance forces are striking American bases, which they already are doing on a near daily basis, how many fronts can even the most powerful military in the world fight at the same time? Where does America send its interceptor missiles? It has a limited number of interceptors. We already know this from public statements and from the math of previous conflicts. We have already discussed how a single Iranian ballistic missile is being targeted by 11 American interceptors, all of which have been missing according to multiple reports. Interceptors cost between $3 and $10 million each. Iran's missiles cost far less. Iran's drones cost around $50,000. Yemen's weapons are similarly cheap, and now you have Yemen firing from the west, Iran firing from the east, Iraqi resistance firing from the north. Every missile America fires at Yemen is a missile it cannot fire at Iran. Every interceptor used in the Red Sea is an interceptor missing from the Persian Gulf. Every dollar spent on multiple fronts accelerates the financial unsustainability of this entire war. This is the trap, and America walked right into it. Now I want to talk about something very important that most people are ignoring. What is actually happening on the battlefield right now beyond what the mainstream media is reporting? America has lost ground-based radar systems in the region. It is now much more reliant on airborne radar, what are called AWACS aircraft, surveillance planes that fly above the battlefield and provide radar coverage for all air operations. And one of these aircraft, an E-3 Sentry AWACS, was destroyed at an American base in Saudi Arabia, according to multiple open-source intelligence reports. These are extraordinarily expensive aircraft. America does not have many of them. They are indispensable for coordinating air operations, tracking enemy aircraft, managing the battle space. And one is gone. Also, aerial tanker aircraft, the KC-135s that refuel American fighter jets in midair, several have been destroyed or damaged. Why does this matter? Because American aircraft are maintaining a safe distance from Iranian air defenses. They cannot...
See, we'll stop it right there. He said so much, and there's so much happening. America is really fucked.
Exactly, man. America's fucked, man. It's done. They are cooked. You know, they cooked. So I believe this guy that is talking, this Chinese person, is AI, man, because the way his mouth is moving is a bit weird. You know, it's a bit strange.
American fighter jets in midair, several have been destroyed or damaged. Why does this matter?
And his
because
eyes.
American aircraft are maintaining a safe...
So well, even though it might be AI, he's giving some good information, man. Like what's happening in the world nowadays, you know. So here's an article from Al Jazeera.com. It says Lebanon's Hezbollah and Yemen's Houthis join Iran on strike on Israel. The Houthis in Yemen say they attacked Israel alongside their backers Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Yemen's Houthi rebels, so this is from 6 April 2026, so that's 2 days ago if I'm correct. Yemen's Houthi rebels say they have launched an attack targeting Israel, coordinated alongside Houthi backer Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon. The three allies launched a barrage of cruise missiles and drones targeting several vital and military sites belonging to the Israeli enemy. On Monday, military spokesman Yahya Sareh said in a statement. So they target military sites belonging to Israeli, and of course, who is backing Israel? America. So basically, they have joined this whole conflict now. And what does the scripture say? That the Arabians and the Iranians are gonna join forces and they're gonna fight against Esau, Edom, so-called white race, man. And yes, the people that live in the land of Israel today are also Edomites. They also belong to the so-called white race. Okay, you have different tribes of Israel. Well, you also have different tribes of the nation of Esau. Okay, not everybody's gonna look like a so-called blonde-haired, blue-eyed, so-called white man. Okay, and be of that race. So let me see. Second Esdras, I believe, is chapter 15. First, starting at verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, okay, the Middle East, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, okay, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. So these Arabians, of course, you know, they are wild, man. So they're gonna come with their power, man, with that military power, man. With that war power. Also, the Carmanians, which are the Persians, which are people from Iran. Okay, also India are also the Persians, the Carmanians. But what we see unfolding right now is Iran, you know, the conflict. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, not of the hood. So a wild boar, man, is an animal that does not quit. You know, he really tries to get you. You know, a wild boar, man. Like they are very tough animals. You know. Very tough, man. Look at this. They're very tough, man. So it says, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. Who? With the Arabians. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Who is the Assyrians? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. That is what it's symbolically talking about. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. So these Arabians are gonna remember, like, hey man, who the fuck do these white people think they are, man? Hey, you know, you know how these Arabian people be, man. You know, if they feel like they are disrespected or something like that, you know, after a while they're gonna show their teeth, man. Or sometimes they show their teeth right away. So these Arabians are gonna do the same thing, man, or are doing the same thing actually, and it's gonna even escalate even more. Okay, and if they shall turn themselves, and their nature is their wild nature, you know, in the book of Genesis is already spoken about that they are a wild man, you know, and they are dwelling with their brethren. That's why you always see these Arabians together with their brothers and things like that, man. They're very united. It says, conspiring together in great power to persecute them Then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. So these Edomites are gonna flee, man, because eventually these Arabian countries and and Iran, things like that, are gonna fight the war with America and Israel, and the side of Iran and the Arabian countries is going to win. Okay, because also you're gonna have the NATO, the EU, you're gonna have Russia and China, sending their missiles also towards America, So the winning side is actually gonna be the oppositions of America and Israel. The fake Israel, let me say like that. So anyway, just wanted to speak about this a little bit. Keep your eyes open, ears open. And because we're living in some prophetic times, man. Okay, things can happen and change very quick. Okay, so Lord willing, we're gonna be out here very soon. The kingdom is coming. So Yahweh Ratasa, it was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises and highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akyam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. And may the election be upon your households. God shalom.